Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate the support. Also, if you guys want to support me further, you can do that at Patreon. My link is in the description below, and you can give me $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever you prefer. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about our inner child or our child inside ourselves in general. I've done a video on this in the past, or I've spoken about this in the past, where I feel like INFJs don't really have a chance to be children in their childhood because we spend so much of our time taking care of other people or being adults or being mediators or trying to be the mature one, trying to be the one who takes care of everyone. Whatever it might be, there's a lot of different things that happen in our childhood. And I've spoken about this before as well, that I think a lot of us are built this way as INFJs, empathic and all that, because of the fact that we went through the childhood that we did. Now, I'm not saying that we have a lot of trauma or we had a terrible childhood, nothing like that. It's just the stuff that happened made us made us who we are, right? And so a lot of us, and I know for me specifically, I feel not that anyone asked me to do these things. No one said, okay, now you need to be an adult, you can't be a child, and you need to take care of us. But I noticed things around me, and I felt like it was time for me to grow up and step up and be more mature, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be able to take care of the people around me. And I know that happened for me specifically, and I know it happened for a lot of you guys as well. And I noticed that as a theme in an INFJ's life, that they had to grow up pretty quickly. They had to mature up pretty quickly. And I'm not saying only INFJs, but I'm just specifically speaking about us right now. A lot of people have to grow up very fast and don't have a childhood really, especially if they have a narcissistic father or mother or parents, or if they have parents who are alcoholic or drug abusers or anything like that. I mean, if they have some issues like that, they have to grow up. They have to start feeding themselves. They have to start taking care of themselves, putting on their clothes themselves, things like that. They have to learn very fast. So not only INFJs have to deal with this, a lot of other people do as well. But I'm obviously doing an INFJ channel, so I'm focusing on us. And so what happens with us is that we have this tendency to grow up very fast. Yeah. And I don't really know what age that happened for you. It might have been when you were 5. It might have been when you were 10. It might have been when you were 15. It doesn't matter. Whatever happened to you to cause you to realize that, okay, it's enough. I've spent enough time being a child, and I need to grow up now because there's things happening around me that I need to really pay attention to. I need to start working on this stuff, and I need to start protecting the people around me. And I can't do that as a child. Now, of course, there's a frustration there, and I felt this frustration a lot in my childhood because I wanted to become an adult so I could protect the people around me, but I wasn't an adult. I was pretending to be an adult. I was trying to be like, oh, I'm mature and I can take care of you, but I was still only a child. I was a baby myself, and so I couldn't do it, and that frustration really hurt me. And so now that I'm an adult and a true adult, finally, I really don't want to go back to being a child again. I know a lot of people say that, oh, it would be nice to be a child again. I'm like, no. I felt so powerless and so frustrated as a child. I did not like it because I could not do all the things that I wanted to do to protect my family, to protect the people around me, to protect myself. And now I can do all that stuff. I'm free and I have no more frustration about the fact that I can't protect myself or people around me. I can do whatever I want. I'm strong enough. I'm adult enough. I'm making my own money. I'm independent enough, free enough that I don't have to worry about all that shit. I don't want to go back to being a child. I really don't, yeah? But as I said, a lot of us, because we have this tendency to grow up very fast, we miss our childhood. Yeah, we miss the fact that we weren't able to play as much, that we were pretending or trying to be an adult more so than a child. Now, of course, every child is like, oh, I want to be adult as soon as possible because they think it's glorious. And so every child has this thing in them, but a lot of children are not allowed to grow up very fast, and they're allowed to be children. Yeah, but sometimes, and I noticed this for myself, my parents were very happy that I was trying to be mature and not be a child because they didn't have the time or the compunction to take care of me. They were busy with other things. And they were happy that I was mature, and they praised me for it, and they talked about it with their friends. She's so mature. And the more they praised me, the more I wanted to be more mature, and the less childlike I wanted to be. And so I didn't spend that much time being a child in my childhood. Now, of course, what's happening now is that I'm doing all those things that I wanted to do as a child that I didn't get to do, or I didn't get to explore. And I'm bringing back that inner child. I'm bringing back that play. I'm bringing back that exploration and curiosity. That's one of the reasons I live the way I do, is because even though I'm an adult and I am mature enough, I think, or trying to be mature, I can and do allow myself to play the child's role a lot of times by myself. It doesn't necessarily mean that I need my parents around for that. In fact, it's better if they're not there, because I can just do whatever I want here. And so I do a lot of things in my life right now in order to explore that inner child, that child of myself, that childhood persona of myself that I missed out on, that I didn't really get a chance to play when I was a child. I missed out on that, and a lot of you guys probably did as well. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this video, is because I think it's time for us, if you are an adult right now watching this video, or even if you're a teenager watching this video, if you've had this sense that you missed out on your childhood because you were trying so hard to be mature, trying so hard to grow up fast and to become that person who can take care of the people around you, then it's time for you to start exploring your childhood again. Yeah. So think about all the things that you wanted to do. Now, of course, some of them are going to be really stupid. Well, maybe. Or some of them are going to be impossible to explore. Yeah. I wanted to be an astronaut, perhaps, if that's one of your dreams. Maybe it's not that hard, not that easy to explore that idea. Perhaps you can explore other ways of becoming an astronaut, going into space, like exploring gravity-lessness. There are these things where you can go, where you can fly. I think it's called no-fly things. Or you can try other ways. So you have to be creative about it, of course, a lot of ways. Yeah, you have to be creative. If you wanted to join the Olympics, you might think about joining the adult Olympics or the senior Olympics. Like things like that. You have to kind of be creative about it now. But a lot of things that I wanted to do as a child were pretty simple. I wanted to dance a lot. I still do. So I kind of try to include dancing into my daily routine or my weekly routine as much as possible. Just the fact that I can move my body as I wish is such a relief, because I really stamped down on that urge that I had to dance when I was a child, because I was like, no, adults don't dance. Or that's what I assumed. Of course, that was false. So that's one thing that I'm exploring a lot, obviously. Obviously, doing these videos is kind of like a play for me. I'm having fun with them. That's why I don't make them too formal. I don't stress out about them. I don't make them too professional. I just do them as I wish. I talk about things I really care about. If people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, well, that's too bad. I'm doing it for myself. Another thing that I'm doing or exploring more of is my freedom and being free as a child. Obviously not only dancing, but singing. I'm doing a lot of singing, a lot of creative work. Creativity was a big thing that was missing in my childhood, I feel. And then exploring things through freedom by riding a bicycle around. That was one thing I missed a lot on because I was way too busy studying, or riding a motorbike around, or just exploring different countries, traveling, being free that way, being curious, talking to different people, talking to strangers, asking questions. There's so many things that I wanted to do as a child that I didn't do that I'm doing now. Yeah. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because this is actually really important work that a lot of us miss out on. Because, as I said, we're so urgently interested in becoming an adult, and then once we become an adult, we realize it was not as brilliant as it was cut out to be, because even if you're an adult, your stuff still stays with you, and you're still not as capable as you imagine an adult would be. As a child, you think, okay, once I'm an adult, everything's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be able to do everything that I want. There's gonna be no problems. And then you become an adult, you realize, all right, cool, that's not actually true. An adult is not a superhuman. There's still a child actually inside, and they're still doing weird, stupid things, idiotic things, and making mistakes, and not being that perfect person that you imagined they would be. And so you are like, well, what was the point? So I want all of you guys to start exploring this inner child of yourself as well. Now, of course, you can talk to your inner child and ask them what they want to explore. There'll be a couple of things that will come up very easily. There'll be a couple of things that you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so afraid to do this. So pick one from the things that are really easy for you, and pick one from the things that are really difficult for you. and then try to bring that into your life on a daily or a weekly routine basis, at least a monthly basis. Yeah. So if it's something like you want to play on the swing set, then go and try to do it at least weekly or monthly, however you can. If you want to walk around barefoot outside, or if you want to eat dirt, think about different creative ways you can kind of explore that and bring that into your life as much as possible. Because especially as an INFJ, and I'm doing this video for you guys, as I said, we really do miss out on our childhood. Now, I'm not blaming anyone, and I don't want you guys to blame anyone either. It was just the way it happened. But now you have the time and the compunction and the ability to explore all those things that you missed out on. So without blame, without any kind of nonsensical, thoughts like that, just put all of that aside. Forget about who made that happen, and just focus on what you can do right now to explore your childhood a little bit more. Think about all the things you can do right now that you can feed that inner child that is still sitting inside of you, that 5-year-old, that 3-year-old who's still sitting inside of you and thinking, oh, I would really love to do that. And the adult you's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not a child anymore. And then the inner child is sitting there thinking, all right, but I'm still a child. So in order to feed that inner child, it is important for us to explore some of the different things that we can do. And it'll be unique for each person. Your thing is not going to be the same thing as mine. And that's perfect. Just explore your own way of being a child again. I hope this makes sense. I know it's probably a little bit of an abstract idea and a little bit perhaps disconnected for you. Maybe this doesn't resonate with you, and that's totally fine. If it does, obviously explore it a little bit further through journaling and reflecting. And if you guys have any questions, comment below, and I'll try to do a different or another explorative video on it. Okay. Again, thank you for watching, and if you guys want to support me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon. The link is in the description below, and I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.